The biblical saga of David and Goliath, recounted in the book of Samuel, is not merely a historical account of a young shepherd's triumph over a fearsome warrior. It is a profound lesson on the dynamics of faith and fear, courage and doubt. This story resonates through the ages, offering deep insights into human nature and the power of divine intervention. Goliath, a giant from Gath, stood as the embodiment of threat and terror. Described as towering over 9 feet tall, clad in a heavy coat of scale armor that weighed over 125 pounds, and armed with a spear whose iron point alone weighed 15 pounds, he was not just a soldier, but a war machine. Each morning and evening for 40 days, Goliath presented himself before the Israelite lines, his voice booming across the valley of Elah, challenging the Israelites to send a champion to fight him. His appearance was designed to intimidate: a bronze helmet on his head, greaves of bronze upon his legs, and a javelin slung across his back, each item a testament to the Philistines' advanced metallurgy and their capacity to outfit an elite warrior whose very presence on the battlefield was a psychological weapon against their foes. On the other side, the Israelite camp was gripped by fear. King Saul, despite his own formidable stature, knew that no ordinary soldier could match Goliath's might. Into this atmosphere of dread stepped David, the youngest son of Jesse, who was initially just visiting the battlefield to deliver provisions to his elder brothers. Untrained in the ways of war, but deeply rooted in the spiritual traditions of his people, David saw Goliath not just as a physical adversary, but as a blasphemous affront to the living God of Israel. The contrast between David and Goliath could not have been starker. Where Goliath was equipped with the finest military gear, David carried only his shepherd's tools, a sling and a pouch of smooth stones. Where Goliath relied on his physical strength and his terrifying armor, David depended solely on his faith and a deep-seated belief that God would guide his hand. As David stepped onto the battlefield, his lack of armor and traditional weapons likely elicited scorn or pity from onlookers. Yet, his approach to the battle was strategic and grounded in his experience as a shepherd. He knew that a sling, in skilled hands, was a deadly weapon capable of precise, lethal force at a distance. David's choice of 5 smooth stones from a nearby brook was deliberate. These stones, shaped by the flowing water, were ideal for his sling, offering aerodynamic properties that would aid in accuracy and impact. The moment of confrontation was charged with dramatic tension. As Goliath advanced with his shield-bearer ahead, expecting a traditional combat, David ran towards the battle line, his action itself a defiance of the expected norms of combat. Drawing 1 stone from his pouch, he slung it with practiced ease. The stone flew, guided as much by divine will as by David's hand, striking Goliath directly in the forehead, the one part of the giant's anatomy not covered by his armor. The impact was both immediate and fatal. Goliath fell face forward to the ground, a colossus toppled by a seemingly insignificant youth. This climactic moment was as symbolic as it was literal. David's victory over Goliath was a clear signal that faith and divine support could overcome any adversity, no matter how formidable. It was a demonstration of God's power working through an individual who combined true faith with courage and action. David did not hesitate after felling Goliath. He ran over, took hold of the giant's sword, and cut off his head, signaling a definitive end to the challenge and serving as a potent symbol to both armies that the living God had delivered the Philistines into Israel's hands. The aftermath of the battle was transformative for the Israelites. Witnessing the young David's victory, they were galvanized into action, rushing after the fleeing Philistines with a newfound vigor, driving them back. This victory was not merely military, but spiritual, bolstering the morale of Saul's armies and marking David as a leader and future king, anointed by both divine favor and popular acclaim. The story of David and Goliath, with its rich imagery and profound symbolism, invites us to reflect on our own giants. These are not just personal fears or external challenges, but also the internal battles we fight with doubt, despair, or faithlessness. David's triumph serves as an enduring reminder that with faith, preparation, and the courage to act, no obstacle is too great to overcome. This narrative does more than entertain or inspire. It teaches. It reassures us that bravery and faith combined with a righteous cause will always find favor in God's eyes. As we face our own trials, may we remember David's story and draw strength from its message, that with God, all things are possible, and no enemy, no matter how daunting, can withstand the power of faith truly placed in the divine. As we conclude our exploration of the epic battle between David and Goliath, let us carry with us the profound lessons embedded within this timeless story. David's victory over the Philistine giant serves as a powerful testament to the strength that comes from faith and conviction, reminding us that even the most daunting obstacles can be overcome with trust in God and the courage to act boldly. This narrative isn't just a tale from the past, it's a guide for living with courage and faith in the face of adversity. Whether our challenges are personal, professional, or spiritual, the story of David and Goliath encourages us to confront our giants with a heart full of faith, knowing that with God, no challenge is too great and no enemy too strong. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the most inspiring stories of the Bible. If this story has touched your heart or inspired you to face your own giants, please like, share, and subscribe for more biblical insights and stories. Together, let's continue to find strength and inspiration in the wisdom of Scripture. Until next time, may you walk in faith and courage, guided by the light of God's presence in your life.